Welcome back, grammar nerds. We are here and we're going to do a nature documentary in a second. I'm going to roam around the school finding people who don't know I'm there, and I'm going to video them and I'm going to narrate what they're doing, just like a wildlife documentary. So it's going to be fun. In the meantime, you're going to need to know why I'm doing that. And we are talking about different types of verbs. Get this down in maybe your literacy book, even your writing book's okay. Because this is what I'm going to be using to describe what people are doing. This is another way to be annoying. One of my favorite things. Verbs can be doing, thinking, feeling, or saying. Can you see that? Yes. See is a doing verb. You can see that. Doing, thinking, feeling, saying. And a few different examples of each. See if you can think of some before I get to them. Doing. Think of a few doing verbs. Clicking. Running. Laughing. Or just laugh even. Can you guys see that? Maybe. Hitting. Hopefully I won't have to narrate anything. Teachers hitting each other at school. It could happen. Hitting. Slapping. Poking. And then laughing again. Some thinking verbs. There's a clear first easy one. Write down some of these examples as well so you remember what each type of verb is like. Thought / thinks. Wonders. Mr. Sheehan wonders if people are going to record anything interesting tonight in what I'll tell you about in a second. Wonders. Believes. Considers. Mr. Sheehan considers all the options when choosing the first people to record and narrate their lives. I'm excited. Feeling. So it could be something like loves, hates, likes. Mr. Sheehan loves Mrs. Sheehan. Likes, dislikes. If you guys can think of any other really interesting verbs for some of these that I've missed, you can post them in a blog post. Me and Mrs. Law will put a blog post up and you can comment under there. Any really good juicy verbs that you have for thinking, feeling. And lastly, saying. Whisper, yell, cry. What's a positive one? I guess you can. Sometimes a book will say, "No, don't do that," she laughed. Something like that. Laugh. Encourage. There we go. Shriek. Wow. There we go. So those are the sort of words that we are looking at today, Year 5s. And let's quickly do the first question together so you know what we are doing. And then I'm going to go out on my nature documentary and see what I can find. Always read the blue box. Always read the blue box. It'll tell you exactly what you need to know. It says in question 1, always read the question. Always read the question. Use verbs from the comic strip The Verbs to help you fill in the gaps in these sentences. On the line at the end of the sentence, write whether the verb is a doing, saying, thinking, or feeling verb. So one of the ones like we did up on the board. Danny, something late again. I'm going to look in the comic for the first one about Danny. Danny, something late again. Says he wakes late again. So for question 1, I would write wakes in that gap. And And which type of verb do you think it is? Yes, doing. So wakes and doing, I would just put that in my grammar book. And after that, year 5, when you've finished all of the grammar, make sure you correct it before you upload it. Otherwise, we might need to tick require resubmission so that you can actually put in your corrected work. Correct it from your answers afterwards. Colored pencil, please, so we can see easily. And then you upload it, and then you're going to do what I'm going to do right now, which is going around looking for people whose lives I can narrate. Okay, see you in a sec as we go on our nature documentary. Bye.
Here we see a wild staff member approaching. We see her walking away slowly, or quickly. She increases her pace. She carries her food in a white bag. She will eat this food later. This food is probably raw meat. And we've lost her, a very rare sighting. Here we see some children in their natural environment, running wild. They are playing a strange game. The boy who is wearing yellow is the king of this small tribe of children. He swings his arms around wildly to show his dominance. One of them runs over, holding part of a bush. This is what he has captured. It is proof of his manliness when he slayed the bush. The king of this small tribe of children bounces a ball. He is wondering, how will I trick the other members of this tribe into playing my game? All the other child swings. A teacher walks across with a big stick. She's going to use this big stick to discipline one of the students. No, that would be illegal. She would never do that. We continue our exploration of these wild figures. I'm sure they feel the adrenaline, the elation, excitement of competition. Oh, that boy slaps the ground instead of the ball. Nice try. What other wild creatures can we spot today?
What, you're doing it now? I'm part of nature?
And here we have a librarian in her natural habitat. She types, she laughs. These are common behaviors.
Joyful librarian.
She is sitting in her favorite chair, a very common behavior for this librarian. What else can we see in this wildlife paradise? Maybe the library wasn't the best choice of location where people are doing things. Young female listens, types, touches. I don't know who that is. Oh, I know who that is. Is this legal? I hope so. Young male watches. Looks like he's on a game. He plays a game wondering if anyone is going to catch him. The answer is yes, I have caught him. What else can we find? Let's find a teacher. I previously spotted a teacher in this area. An elderly teacher, also sitting, very common behavior for teachers, touching his phone, scrolling, swiping, texting. One thing he's not doing, working. And we leave undetected.
So there you go, year fives, a few different tasks for you. Number one, if you can think of any particularly juicy verbs to put into the blog post comment, that'd be great. Number two, unit 8, doing the corrections and uploading it. Number 3, what you can do is list all of the verbs that you've seen in this nature documentary, and we'll see who can get the most. Number 4, record your own nature documentary. So I'll put all these instructions in the activity, the grammar activity, and looking forward to seeing your nature documentary. Bye. Forgot to add one more year fives. This was a gift from Sunny because he was at school yesterday. One last verb for doing: eating, gobbling, snacking, chowing down, chomping. This is a chomp. That is a chomp. Although to be fair, most of it fell inside. There you go, your fives. Enjoy, like I am.